Schulke. I'm the greenhouse farmer for the Parkview Community Greenhouse. Today, I'm going to provide you with a few tips on planting and sowing in your vegetable garden. You never want to plant your garden before mid-May. The reason for that is there's still the possibility for frost. And the last thing you want to do is plant your beautiful garden and go through all that hard work and then a frost comes and kills it. Then the latest I recommend planting your garden is the end of May. The reason for that is you still have plenty of time for your plants to grow if you can't get that in till the end of May. If possible, I recommend going to a local greenhouse nursery. The reason for that is, of course, you're supporting local, but also because more than likely these people have been in the business for years, if not generations. So they will be very knowledgeable and extremely excited to help you with any gardening questions that you need. When you're picking out your plants, take a look at your plants and make sure they're deep dark green, kind of like this tomato plant here. Make sure there aren't any spots on the plant. That could be a fungal or a bacterial disease, and the last thing you want to do is bring some disease to your garden. Look for any insects. And one place you could find insects is under the leaves. So make sure you turn the leaf up and look under there for any insects, because that's where they like to hide in the shade. When you pick up your plant, make sure it has the label with it. The label will have tons of really good information to help you plant your garden. Make sure your seed packet is labeled for within the past year. The older the seed is, the less likely it is to germinate. Then also make sure, like the label on the plants, that it has the growing information on it. I clip off these lower leaves, just like so. Get all of them off. Then you'll want to clip them off as close to the main part of the tomato as possible. So now I just have these few leaves left. The reason for this is we're going to plant the tomato plant really deep, and this will help the tomato to grow roots. Over here I have this grow bag. This is already dug out and ready to go for me to put the plant in. I'm getting the plant in nice and deep. Then I'm going to backfill that. And then I have some extra dirt over here from when I pulled that out from the grow bag, and kind of disperse that all the way around and just very lightly tamp it. But this will cover all of those cut spots where the roots will grow. And the reason that's so important for tomato plants is tomato plants grow so fast and they bear so much fruit that this really helps them to get their root system going, and that makes for a healthier plant. And then here's a few tips on sowing seeds. So definitely read the instructions on the back, that's very helpful. But here I have some green beans, and these are really cool multicolored green beans. You can tell just by looking at the seeds. But it says on the back here that we want to plant these 1 inch deep. Usually about right here on my fingers, 1 inch. So this is one way you can put the seeds in, and then poke them in to that certain point on my finger that I know is 1 inch. Then you can just cover those up real quick. And then another way you can do that is by creating what I call a little furrow, where you go like this and make that about 1 inch deep. Then again, you can put your seeds in there 2 inches apart. Cover them up. And then if for some reason you lose your seed packet or someone gives you seeds, one general rule of thumb is the depth to sow the seed is twice the size of the seed. So for example, if you look at this green bean seed, it makes sense that it would be 1 inch deep because of how big it is. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you learned a lot and that you have a beautiful, bountiful garden this year.